guys, welcome to another U Tactical video. Today I want to talk a little bit about what would you do if you were in a situation where there was an active shooter, similar to what we saw in Dallas. We've seen it in other places too, where the shooters appear to be wearing body armor, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that here, and then we're going to actually go out to the range and I'm going to demonstrate some techniques. This is not just for you to defend yourself if you were in a mall or somewhere else where you saw this happening, but this is also for any law enforcement officers that might encounter somebody wearing tactical body armor. This is just a new way of thinking, but I think we got to go this direction. So stand by and check out this video. Okay, this is a typical law enforcement tactical vest. Well, I say tactical. This is a vest that we would use on patrol. So it's just your regular body armor, and then a lot of times we'll have a small plate in here that maybe will help stop like an AR-15 or other rounds that are a little more high power or have an elevated velocity. However, I just want to show you that if you see someone wearing a vest like this, obviously it looks like there's some exposed parts here, but technically, if you fold under the flap that holds the vest down, you can see there's a lot of room from here down into the pelvic girdle and the torso. So when we get down to shooting later on at the range, when we start working on techniques to incapacitate or at least eliminate the movement of the shooter, we're going to be looking at maybe initially a couple center mass shots, just getting on target and walking the rounds down into the pelvic girdle and the legs. So this vest here, if you see this vest, you can tell there's a lot of room here. That's how it's kind of a giveaway. You know this flap here is typically not ballistic. So stand by for some demonstrations at the range with this vest. Okay, this body armor is a little bit bigger. This is a tactical vest, something that I've used most of my career. And a lot of times we'll throw on different types of load-bearing vests over this vest. This vest could easily have a pretty nice size ballistic plate in here that will stop 223 and 762. Also, it may have a back plate in it. It has a location for that. You can see that this vest offers more coverage, especially here in the shoulder. Sometimes there's neck pieces. And if I open this up underneath, you see that I've got this drop-down piece right here that's also Kevlar. So, again, you know, this is a very, very low probability shot, a headshot on someone that's moving. Again, I still tell you, you work your way down, try and get the legs, but you're going to want to start getting on target here and just kind of work your way down. It doesn't take but a second, 2 seconds at the most. You'll see that at the range. But if you encounter someone wearing these, your handgun rounds are going to be ineffective up here, okay? And again, low probability shots up here because they're moving and you're moving. So your best bet is going to be acquire center mass and then walk them down as quickly as you can and try and eliminate their mobility. So here we are now, we're out at the range. This is gonna simulate the vest I showed you. So we're gonna simulate just a regular vest, not even the bigger tactical vest. We've got kind of a waistline right here with the legs, the pelvic girdle. We got a balloon to represent the head. So what I'm saying is if you engage this guy, get your center mass first, and then you can start walking the rounds down. So that's what I'm gonna demonstrate first. If we can get the rounds in the pelvic girdle and the legs, we can eliminate mobility. We can get this guy to go to the ground. Even though you didn't terminate the threat or kill the guy initially, that's what we want to do, is we want to eliminate their mobility. So that's what we're going to demonstrate this first time. Okay, so here's the target, and we're going to go from about 15 feet. We're going to acquire center mass on the vest and then move downstairs a little bit. So I draw down, here we go. Okay, good. So we have 3 good center mass shots, but the guy's wearing body armor. So the subsequent shots that were followed in less than a second after these 3 concluded are right here, all in the pelvic girdle, all good shots, okay? You can then walk them down if you need to into the legs, but this is what we need to start doing. This is low probability. I'm still gonna demonstrate this shot, but you got to walk it up in a line to get the headshot in. So we're going to work on that next. Okay, so here we go, center mass, then we're gonna walk it upstairs. Okay, good. So you see that we've got some pretty good center mass shots. This is 15 to 17 feet, somewhere in there. And the shots are clean here, but it's a vest. So if you notice in the video, all I did was walk up. The very first round that went to the head was on the money. The problem is he might be moving and I might be moving. So it's a much higher probability shot to walk these rounds into this bigger target area down here. I'm not saying you can't go here. You could go here and then come back down. We're gonna demonstrate that one more time. I'll go 3, 4, 5, and then I'll come back downstairs, all while I'm on the move. Okay, I'm sorry I have to yell a little bit because we got a freeway in the background out there and wind and everything. But so what we're gonna do now, the last demonstration here, at least for me as the guy that's kind of coaching you through this, is we don't want to be stationary if we engage somebody that's wearing body armor. I do want to ambush them though. I want them to be surprised by me, so I'm going to ambush this guy. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go center mass. I'm going to make sure I get a bead on where I want to be. I'm going to walk upstairs, and then as I move, I'm going to take my rounds downstairs. Let's see how well I can do on the move. Here we go. Okay, that last shot was, we started the shooting at about 20 feet, and then I started to move up. It might look a little different from the camera angle, but then I moved up and finished at about 8 feet as I moved off to the side. So we've got good center mass. We have one a little bit to the side here. The first headshot was on the money, and then we've got really good low shots down here. Come on in with the camera. I went here, up, started walking down. Because I was walking to my right, my angle on this flat target is different, but you can see right here, look at all of these shots. Money. This will incapacitate him, at least take his mobility away. That's what we're looking at. This is how I want you to start training. Okay guys, in conclusion, I just want to make a couple points here. So some people might see that very last segment where I'm, moving up on the target. I'm acquiring center mass, hitting a shot to the head, and then walking the rounds back down and moving off to the side. And I know that there are people that don't have any combat experience or any law enforcement experience or whatever when we're talking about civilians interfering or trying to stop an active shooter with body armor. It might seem like a high-risk move, but I want you to think about something else. This target doesn't necessarily have to represent the front of the shooter, okay? If this is the back of the guy's head and this is, his back, there's nothing wrong with shooting someone in the back. If there's an active shooter and he's got his back to you, that's a fabulous target. The bottom line is, we just want to talk about starting off acquiring that center mass and then walking the rounds down here, okay, like we see what we did here on the move, or up here. Now, as you could tell, getting a couple shots to the head quickly wasn't really a big deal, but you've got to put time on the trigger, okay? You can't just expect that you're going to come out and go 1, 2, 3, 4 good center mass shots and follow up with a great headshot if you're not training. Nothing I'm showing you is going to work for you unless you're training, okay? So once again, I just want to reiterate, this doesn't have to represent a forward-facing bad guy. This guy could be facing that way, which offers you a really nice target because he's not pointing at you. Acquire center mass, take the headshot if you want to, walk those rounds down here. Let's get this guy on the ground. Let's make sure that he's not mobile. When you take away his mobility, you take away his advantage. Hey, listen, bottom line is this. We should never concede to an active shooter. We can win and we can defeat these guys every time. But I will tell you this, you will not engage an active shooter with confidence, especially if they're wearing body armor, if you're not training. You have to train. You guys know how to find me. If you want to train with us here in Utah, just send us a message on Facebook and we'll be happy to arrange that. We're training every Saturday evening the rest of the summer and into probably late fall.